It's the one-year anniversary of the Hamas attack. It's October 7th, 2024, and these are your headlines. Governor Greg Abbott has called upon Texans to join him for a statewide day of remembrance today for the Hamas terrorist attacks in Israel that occurred 1 year ago today. 7 Americans were kidnapped by Hamas. 3 are believed to have been killed, but their bodies have not been returned. These 3 are Itai Chen, Gadi Hagai, and Judith Weinstein Hagai. The following 4 Americans are still Hamas hostages. Those include Eden Alexander Sagi, Dekel Chen, Omer Nutra, and Keith Siegel. Governor Abbott commemorated the anniversary of the attacks with Jewish leaders at events today in Austin and Dallas. Attorney General Ken Paxton is pressing the Biden-Harris administration for access to citizenship data as part of his ongoing efforts to investigate potential non-citizen voters in Texas. So last month, the Attorney General sent a letter to Secretary of State Jane Nelson, urging her to request assistance from the federal government. Those concerns center around federal laws that he says prevent Texas from effectively confirming the citizenship status of voter registrants. Paxton argues that these federal restrictions complicate the state's ability to ensure that non-citizens are not voting, which is, get this, a violation of the law, of course. He also stressed that the federal government has a duty to assist states in identifying non-citizen voters. Well, after expressing dissatisfaction with Nelson's response, Paxton's escalated his efforts last week by requesting a list of voters for whom the Secretary of State lacks a either Texas-issued driver's license or identification card number. And now Paxton is directly appealing to the federal government for the necessary data to verify the voter rolls, insisting that the Biden-Harris administration comply with its legal obligations.
For years, the Chinese Communist government has been buying up land all over the United States. What's worse, the land they're buying is within a disturbingly short distance from our military bases. In this coming season of Exposed, we dive into why our power grid continues to fail, who and what is behind those failures, and how the monster of the Chinese Communist government is behind it. Exposed, Lights Out, a new series by Texas Scorecard. Out now wherever you listen to podcasts.
Several representatives from Texas have signed a letter urging the immediate passage of the 2024 Farm Bill. It's the Farm, Food, and National Security Act. Takes up where the 2018 to 2023 Farm Bill left off in establishing policy for the agricultural industry over the next 5 years. Now, an extension to the previous bill was passed last winter to cover 2024. That expired on September 30th. The estimated $1.5 trillion measure passed out of the House Agriculture Committee in May. Another extension to the last Farm Bill has been proposed but has met opposition. According to the letter, federal support for agriculture will decline to its lowest level in more than 40 years without a Farm Bill. The letter also urges that the Farm Bill be considered for a must-pass for the Republican conference. Representatives Ronnie Jackson, August Pfluger, Pete Sessions, John Carter, Pat Fallon, Jake Ellzey, Lance Gooden, Tony Gonzalez, Kay Granger, Keith Self, Monica De La Cruz, Jody Arrington, Brian Babin, Michael McCall, Morgan Luttrell, Nathaniel Moran, Randy Weber, and Dan Crenshaw have all signed this letter urging Congress to pass the new Farm Bill. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.